The only thing that's going to matter.
Look at what you're doing right now. The more we divide and silo ourselves, it's at our peril.
Did we miss something?
Hi there, and welcome to the Mission Forward podcast, where each week we bring you a thought-provoking and perspective-shifting conversation on the power of communication. I'm Carrie Fox, your host and CEO of Mission Partners, a social impact communications firm and certified B Corporation. And I'm really glad you're here, because today I've got another short-form episode for you, drawn from my weekly Wednesday column called Finding the Words. If you like what you hear today, I invite you to head on over to missionforward.us and sign up to get these insights delivered right to your inbox each and every Wednesday morning. While you're there, you can check out other episodes of the podcast and check out a copy of my most recent book, More Than Words. You can also help me by forwarding the show to a friend or giving the show a 5-star rating, which helps make sure we get this content out to more people who can benefit from it. All right, enough of that though. It's time for today's show called Have Mercy. Earlier this year, an Episcopal bishop stood before the President of the United States and asked him to have mercy. That bishop is the Right Reverend Marian Edgar Budde of the Episcopal Diocese in Washington, D.C. In full disclosure, she's also my family's bishop. The clip of her remarks has since gone viral. The visual is as striking without sound as it is with the audio. A lone female bishop standing in front of the newly elected leaders of America's political world as they openly scoff at her, all while she remains poised, in control of her words, with remarkable conviction and grace. In 2023, Bishop Marian wrote a book called How We Learn to Be Brave, in which she explored the practice of making decisions and how we can learn to live through our values in decisive moments. The book weaves together stories from pop culture to the gospel, underscoring the universality of these moments and the particular call each of us must heed when they arrive. And earlier this year, millions of people watched as one of those moments arrived for her. Standing tall and aware of possible backlash, she was not affected by the body language of her audience. She appeared unafraid, speaking gently and respectfully. A bishop simply asking a president to have mercy. Talk about practicing what she preaches. Here's what she said the following day on The View. My responsibility was to reflect and pray with the nation for unity. As I pondered the foundations of unity, I wanted to emphasize respecting the honor and dignity of every human being, basic honesty and humility. And I realized that unity requires a certain degree of mercy, compassion, and understanding. When asked if she considered pausing, given the body language she was receiving from the president and vice president, she said, "I had something on my heart to say, and I had to keep going. I had to leave it to them, to all of us, to take to heart what they could and leave the rest to God." We don't know when these decisive moments to be brave will arrive, but they are inevitable. How will you heed the call? As my wise and wonderful teacher, Don Foley, reminded me, learning to be brave isn't just in what we say, it's also in how we listen. It's in what we take to heart. Though President Trump was Bishop Marian's primary audience, was she actually addressing all of us? Was her message a simple reminder, in moments big and small, that grace, compassion, and empathy for one another should guide how we treat one another? I like to think so. Carrying forward her call into this year, I will offer this. If you have something on your heart to say it. Practice speaking with love, grace, compassion, and empathy so others may better hear you. And if someone is bravely addressing you, be brave enough to listen. Because if you don't, who will? And that wraps this week's episode of Mission Forward. I hope you enjoyed these words, found value in them, that some of them resonated with you and will stick with you throughout this day. And I look forward to seeing you next time on the Mission Forward podcast.